dash cams. Like, if you don't think I go on the Temu or Alibaba or AliExpress. Let's say I'll have 911 dialing capability. It was delicious, baby. Good. It was so freaking good. Oh my god. That was so good. Oh, it's good. It's funny, I actually have to train. I hate that I got the stupid hand hurting. I need to like lift.
Yeah, the hand hurting thing.
Though I can lift with like, I guess 3 fingers if I'm doing certain like back curl, like where I put a knee on the couch and then do 1 arm curls, like pulling up, like pull up curls, like that's for your lats, you know, part of your back. But it's just like or knee on whatever, you know what I mean, and then like a knee on something, and then you're pulling up one way, you know, to common. You know, like you're like on all 4s, except you're on 3 because your right hand. Say you're working on your right lat, you're just pulling the dumbbell or the barbell up as much as you can and bring down, and you're like kind of on all 4s while you're doing that.
Okay.
You get a picture, right?
Sorry.
It's funny because now it's like, oh, I actually have to train for like actual like strength and stuff. Like, I don't even care what the vanity part is. I'm gonna have to do some Googling and everything, but it's just like I need to get stronger in general, just overall. Like not start weightlifting because I know I'll just never be disciplined to do that again. But unless like someone's doing with me or something, but like I have to train for this job.
Yeah.
I have to train for it. I think I keep strong for it. Because everything's strong. You're just stronger all over. It just reduces your chance of, reduces your chance of injury anywhere. You know, a back thing and this and that. And it's like there's some strong dudes working.
Stronger.
Yeah, really. There's some strong dudes working at Soldier Field. And even like little wiry ones, man. It's like the only muscles they have worked in their body is like carry the beer or the water muscle. Oh, it's so crazy. So the one strange kid, like again, just lack of a better word, special kind of kid.
Yeah.
But no pity. We all have our like good things. So it's not a feel sorry for him thing at all. You know what I mean? It's not like who cares? Like he's got his wits enough about him to be an asshole if he needs to be. You know what I mean?
But also, he's able to do that job, so he can clearly work the credit card machine.
Exactly.
He can do that. He can do all that. So
there's something about him though. Exactly, but he's like on the spectrum maybe because he's like a major confiscator of fake IDs. Like he gets off on it.
Like he might be like you're saying on the spectrum where he's very rigid. Like this is the rule. You're not following the rule. You're breaking the rules. So I'm going to
maybe that's what it is. I didn't even think of it that way. That's a good point.
Yeah,
I didn't even think of it that way.
From Good Doctor.
Yeah.
But he was like, things have to be done, and because that's the way it is.
It's a strange kid. He's got like the bottle cap glasses. See how like one eye is crooked. He's got a crooked eye.
So he got like a crazy astigmatism or something.
Who knows? And it's just like. He's always like kind of happy, pleasant, this and that, but he's no saint, like taking all his IDs and everything, and just kind of like, or when he just got that tip in front of where he took the sale from me, and then that guy gave him a $20 bill. It's like that would have been my $20 bill for the day. I always get one, and he's like kind of making light of it. Like it's interesting watching people's competitiveness come out in that job for some reason. Like it's very strange. Like I don't know if they understand. I don't think they have a good grasp on like percentages and probabilities and all that kind of thing. I think because it's like if they were to give it, it's different. I'm a poker player, fine, and not even just an average one. And I know enough about the odds where I'm like, it doesn't pan out for you to feel that you're actually in competition. Just by existing there in general. I can see like not wanting someone to stand right by you and this and that. you know, and I don't say anything. I'll say something joking maybe when someone does something at the worst. But I don't anymore. It's just like, and I just watch people as they do the thing that they like yell at other people to do, you know. And it's just like, but he sells a lot of water. You know, he's good with that. But yeah,
I get the sympathy tips.
I wonder, but no, not the tips. You still got to sell the stuff. I mean, he hustles. He definitely hustles, but it's like he was bitching at me how lazy the hot dog people were. Oh my god, I felt like I was in a sitcom. I really did. I was just like, no, I really feel like, am I really having this? Even just being a listener to it, because I'm a great listener over there. You know what I mean? Especially like, you know, I know that's the key to like at work and stuff like that. Just listen. You know what I mean? Talk as least as possible. You know, like as necessary is always like a good rule of thumb. You know, like if you even think the other person wants to keep talking, you let them keep talking. You know, it's just like instead of never wait to talk and all this kind of stuff. And it's just like with you know, so I listened to him, and what he did was really interesting. This is like towards the end of our shift, you know, when we were just kind of there watching the game, him and another guy, and I ended up being like standing there with them. We were just watching the game, you know, like no more beer and everything. We were just, and like he kept telling me about the waters, all right, about like the employee waters versus the ones we can sell. You know, and I was just like, well, you know, I got an employee water. It's a Bears one. See how it says Bear, or you know why you know why you sell that one today? I'm like, yeah, because it says Bears on it. Like, yeah, you know, and then you know the other ones, you know, the fancy ones. I forget what it's called. They're like a fancy textured blue and ice white bottle. It's like really a nice bottle. It's like the most pants you could present water in plastic, basically. And it's like 6 something. So that one, I guess, he was telling me how you can't sell that one during Bears games. And of course, you can't sell the Bears water, which is just whatever shit water branded, as opposed to this other thing, which is like, you know, supposedly some kind of fancy pants about it, you know? Like, so, whatever. So I'm sure the other water's better if one's better than the other. And it's like,
so you can't sell
the good water, right? Yeah.
In non-Bears games.
But it's funny because those are... They were giving us, I don't know, it's weird, but he kept saying, like, see right there, look, see the bottle? Like, that person drinking it? Like, he kept going on, and then he would say it again, as if he didn't just tell me. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird, and he, you know? And then I think at the third time, when he started telling me again, I'm like, yeah, I know, dude, the Bears bottle. Like, I gotcha, you know, just like that. You know what I mean? Like, with a smile, and I was just kind of like, so I'm like, ooh, that's like that's weird. That's like, you know, bizarre. You know what I mean? Like, he'll really start. And I'm like, wait, is he fucking with me? You know, because I can't tell if he's smirking sometimes. Or like, I can't tell. Interesting kid. But I'm like, what a buzzkill. And he like confiscates IDs. I'm like, dude. I was like, come on, man. You were young once. Just like reject it.
Sounds like it's one of those like spectrum rule things. Like, this is the rule. Everybody follows the rule. Like, it's not doing it possibly.
He seems like he's got a little devious side, though. You know, I think like you know. I mean, not that he broke any rules when he was like. I don't know. I wonder. You're right. No, what you're saying makes total sense. Though I didn't even think of that, but. Makes total sense. So I think that's maybe that's something, you know, and it could be just certain rules too, you know what I mean? It could be just kind of like
true.
You know, I could do like rules that don't inconvenience them or anybody, rules that don't inconvenience anyone.
Rule that's like
or rules that's too serious.
You know, law of the state or the country or whatever.
Right.
So maybe that's where it is.
Yeah,
I can
so
see
maybe
like
a line.
Like I'm just thinking like all those good doctors we watched, and you know that's extreme, but I'm just like imagining that how it's like if there's certain things where if it's not done that way, like Sean character wouldn't be able to do it. Like he would get so antsy, like he had to make sure it was done a certain way.
Right, yeah. Like when he goes, no, and he looks down, right, gotta do it this way. Beep, beep, bop, boop, beep, beep, bop, boop, boop. You know, not every time, but a lot of times we talk about like autism or something. I just think of one of my when I had like an autistic class for a little bit, which really was like there were 2 handlers per student, so I was there really just in an official I'm the teacher capacity. I wasn't doing anything, you know what I mean? Really weird. But yeah, it was just, I remember looking up, smiling, like Best Buy, because I'm like, oh, because I remember like you could go on a computer and you go to the Best Buy site, and then like just bring in like all the playing songs from there. And like enter and stuff, and man, this kid, man, he just like look up, he's like a grade school age, looking up at you know, a goofy face, all you know, not being able to talk basically, and just like all he ever said was Best Buy. Actually, that's all I ever heard him say. And man, if he's not like, I remember like in slow motion looking over at the screen and his hands and going, what the fuck? Like I was like, what is going on here? Like he's looking at me like Best Buy, and he's flying through commands and fucking searches and sub searches, and it's like, what in the fucking what? Like it was like some weird fake corny movie thing. Basically, it was like if I saw it in a movie, I'd be like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? Like I was just like, wait, what? Like you'd have to like hold down the tab key and time it so it skips enough fields and let it go, you know, like it just, which a lot of people could do when they're watching it, but you know, like I could be just so in tune. Like I was just like, whoa, holy shit. It kind of freaked me out. I remember looking at him differently after that. Like not in a bad way, but I remember just being like much more like respectful. If that's not a good word, but like I recognize more. Like okay, you know, you might be a little challenge, you know, to like just put into place on what we consider normal day-to-day lives and all that. But like, man, you're no dummy. Do not confuse. Cannot confuse like a few mental illnesses with someone being stupid. This is like, you know, autism is like how, what? At least when I was on, I was like, good God, man. Like I'm sure the government has like autistic people like that they saw are good at one thing, and they're just like, yep, we got them. You're with us now. All the Best Buy you want, whatever you want, yeah, ice cream, whatever, you know, anything you want. Almost looks a little Lost Highway-ish through this lens right here, like kind of lit. See, the GoPro can't record it, just feel like way too dark. It'll be mostly just kind of just what you see like in front, you know, and just something. But that's any old phone, you can handle a little light. And that's why I think the next camera, when I lose this one, well, no, you know what? Because I like the unlimited storage thing, so they kind of got me on that. But man, it's tempting to look at other just non-GoPro small cameras, you know, I mean, not even action cameras, but actually action cameras that have low light stuff, but it's like, I don't necessarily a lot of times need something the size of GoPro, or I can fumble and, you know, I can fall on my hand or whatever and roll on the ground. Like, I don't always need that, so I might have to start rethinking, like, how it is I use these things, you know, like, especially when already having the GoPro, you know, because I'm like, okay, it's nighttime, I'm going to use this, you know, or doing both day and night, I'm using this, but if I need 2 cameras, I'll use the GoPro, or I'll use the GoPro for, well, again, I get the unlimited storage, so it's a tough one. It's like, you know, I don't even, and I'm trusting, like, I just deleted everything on my camera before I drive up here, which it looks like I accidentally did in regular motion. Or for some reason, yeah, or that's how it was showing it to me, which it could be because I know it's done something like that where, at least my phone has, where I'm watching something, I recorded it in fast mode and it's showing it to me in regular mode, but it is in fast mode.
That mode, does it really matter? Like,
no, it doesn't really matter. Like it doesn't, because I can always speed it up and pose if I need to, and it's just like it's just B-roll is all it is, you know. It's not like
yeah.
So. Because then if I get, you know, I was thinking about it, and it's like, well, you know what, if I get enough of these for even the same drive, like I will have different lighting, right? And sometimes the more I do, I might catch where I got the same lighting, like where it's just like a full sun day, and then I can use parts of each, and it'll look like it's from the same thing. Because that's the thing, like without having the color grade and DaVinci and all that, like, but I have to go all ILM on that shit, you know, which you do like now on my computer now, but it's like, you know, like just without having to do like there's little things like that, you know, like, well, you can't just say, oh, I shot this during the day and this during the day, so we can mix all the shots up. It's like, well, no, you're going to notice the lighting, so most likely unless it was a full-on sunny day or on the same time of day, you know, like so the lights are kind of pointing in the same direction, and you can always lighten it or darken it, but it's just like, yeah, it just doesn't hurt. If it's free storage, if it legitimately is free storage, you know, like unlimited, and fine. It's like, and I can always go in and salvage and download later on. You know, memories keep getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. So it's like, but yeah, it has stuff like I haven't seen. You know, everything I recorded had a pretty full card. I just went through it and saw it had the little cloud icon in the corner. I'm like, all right, that means it's synced to the cloud. So trust it is, and then I just deleted everything except for.
Because it's like you would have had Vegas stuff on there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's so. Oh my god, I have so much up on the GoPro site, and like nowadays I'm recording in mostly in like 1080. Like unless there's a specific small thing, now I'm like sparing how I do 4K.
It's also, it's like at least the last trip in Vegas wasn't anything like, we didn't do anything particularly unique, and we weren't in a car,
right?
So,
but I mean, it's like I think I might go. Well, I mean, still though, I mean, there's always like there's shots I don't have. Like there's like I just need straight up stock shots, so I don't have to search for it, potentially pay for it, figure out. You know what I mean? Like I can't just Google still shot of Bellagio,
right,
without there being a stamp on it, like buy this for $50.
The one thing that we did have that actually is very unique is the tearing down the Mirage.
Oh yeah,
like that is a moment in time.
Yeah. Like we captured Mirage at a state that no one's ever captured it before. If like while they were breaking stuff up, because unless there was other people taking pictures, and it would literally be true. But yeah, I definitely. I mean, I feel like
up on the bus too.
Oh, that was
so it was like
that's right.
Cool
The
perspective
bus
that people can't get unless you're on that bus, really.
Right.
Like if you're across the street of one of those particular hotels, or on the bus.
Right.
That's about it.
True. On the Deuce. Hey, not just any bus, the Deuce.
The Deuce.
I had no problem with the Deuce anymore. It's like, or any of the buses, really. I mean, I had a problem with that bus driver who drove off that one time, but that was very disappointing. But have him make me wait another 40 minutes. But yeah, like that's, I don't know. You know, if you're willing, if you have the time and you have something to do while you're sitting there that you probably or maybe would have done during the rest of the day, I don't know.
That's like that. I mean, you had to stand out there in the heat when we were waiting for that bus at Pho. But, you know, it's like if it's not crazy hot, and I mean, we dress for the cold. We've been there when it's cold, and that's not a big deal. But, like, during other times of weather, it's just like, why not just take the bus? And then it was, how much was it for the 24-hour pass? I forgot.
I think it's like, it's either $6 or $8.
I want to say it was $8.
Okay. That makes sense.
And we went downtown and back, and then we went over to Fountain Blue and back because we were like trying to maximize.
We did get that. Yeah. Oh my god, I totally forgot about the Maximouse skiing.
And that was worth it. And like, if
totally worth it.
The Deuce again. The Deuce is basically about like either going to downtown or the Arts District, and then also the next day being like we have to go to Resorts World. Because then you Maximowski your 24-hour. Then it totally makes sense to do that.
Yeah.
And you get a nighttime or maybe later drive, and then you get a daytime drive. Like that, like some of the shots from the way the clouds were that day when we were going to Fountain Blue were just
beautiful.
Stunning. And I mean, we can't control the clouds, but
but it's rare that you have that kind of cloud cover in Vegas.
Yeah. So
yeah, that was amazing.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, we have like a decent amount of like footage, but I do need more still footage. That's a problem. Like I need like to make my own stock stills, so I don't have to worry all the rigmarole with licensing or trying to find
so basically just like a photo.
Yeah, but where it's people are walking and just still video. You know what I mean? Like I don't, where just people are walking by and like, or if it's moving a little bit, fine.
You're in the one spot.
Yeah,
Okay,
but it doesn't have to be one spot as long as the subject is just there the whole time. So the camera could be moving, but it's focused center on the subject on the casino. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like just for when we're talking about a place in particular. You know what I mean? That subtle thing, I think, where moving past it is different than if you're like moving while you're staying focused right in the center, like and you're featuring it, and it keeps people's attention on it. But yeah, like I need those shots. That'll be stock, but it'll help me so much, and I'll just name the file, exactly what it is. I have kind of having a system already, where because then I just search it, a regular generic search on it's in the file name, and it's like, okay, And I do that sometimes with the file name. I just make it like 8 words long that I think I might use to search it in the future.
That makes the most sense. Just say what is in it, like the key things that are in it.
Yeah, and how you might, and sometimes different ways I might say it, but it's like, it's like, and it's helped. It's really helped. Like, naming the file is that.
Just think of like how many hits you got on that YouTube video of drive from Henderson to Flamingo.
Oh, yeah, it's so funny. That is a soothing video. That is a very relaxing. There's something like so relaxed, like the angle, the fact that it's so quiet.
It's so quiet, just the hum of the wheels on the
expressway. There's no outside noise, and there is outside noise. There's other noise besides the hum that exists because you hear the GPS lady.
Yeah, that's it. You hear the GPS lady.
She breaks the silence kind of, a little bit, but it's still kind of, it puts into perspective how quiet the rest is because she's pretty loud compared to the rest of it. So it really does, I feel, it gets you into the whole like, whoa, man, this is a calming, the volume is over here where the GPS lady was. So this is down over here, this nice quiet hum of the road. So I think there's like a psychological or something that does when you create a point of reference. So it's kind of like, ooh, man, that is, and it's fun. You get a payoff at the end, if you stuck around the whole thing, and people got to see me try to park like 20 times. It was great. That was great. I was so happy when I saw something. I'm like, oh, dang, that's right. I was like, yes, that's great. They get a payoff. So I might watch it again, or at least hit, give it a play, like fast forward right to the end. But it's like, that's great. When I saw that, I was like, oh my God, yes, that's perfect.
Up with your parking.
Yeah, that was great. I got to revisit that and like stimulate conversation there again. I can see if there's anyone like that commented that you'll get a message. It's because I'm not a big comment leaver on YouTube, so it's like, and I'm sure most people aren't, but then you'll get like a message saying someone responded to your thing, and it's like, it's funny because it'll be years and years of parts of that. Like they left it like 4 years later, and I saw it 5 years after they left it, and I'm like, I'll just leave a comment.
So relaxing. It was such a nice sunny, it's like a classic sunny deserty day with the sun just being like all happy.
Very relaxing. Yeah.
Rumbles. Standing on the rumbles.
I hate this. Well, not. You gotta get to the right a little bit because then it's like you'll avoid that. And you'll be away from that stupid wall.
Yeah, but I need to go where I need to go for driving. So sometimes it might hit the rumbles.
Oh yeah. No, you're right. Sorry.
Which I don't like, but like.
No. It's better to be comfortable like where you're like, oh my God, when I had to drive through this where there's a wall on each side, that's not good for me. It starts kind of blurring, and like, man, I was driving like tired and like maybe not tired, but probably worse, but whatever. Just like the Mustang home from Carolina. And just like the convertible, and I was just like, man, I was really close to just like ooh, I think that's the closest I've been to feeling like I might lose control of like how, I mean, I don't, it's all just kind of meshing together. Like I got pretty close to like, where I took my foot off the accelerator and just started like steering, and then like, oh, I better kick it up because there's cars behind. And I'm also I was on a very nice motor scooter, very fast, like revved up nice, like limited edition, like 5,000 ever made, this canary yellow, like ever made. And I just, it was like a new mint condition. I drove that from Carolina with Roger, and holy shit.
That's the thing, though. You can't get like too concerned about people behind you. Just be like,
sure.
no,
I know.
We all want to live.
For that, yeah. Oh, yeah. That. No, never. Oh, yeah.
So.
Never worry about that. No. I mean, I just think maybe the state of mind I might have been at the time, like not sleeping, or if we were like probably drinking or something, you know what I mean? Like, on the expressway, there's really no one there, we're going through the middle of the night, but it's just like, man. Oh, but then after like a good amount of driving in that, I didn't drive it the whole way, but man, like we got back to Roger's neighborhood, like we were in there, and I full on Tokyo drifted that, like just limited edition, just with zest and confidence around a corner where there's curves, and nobody and then with like Roger about just laughing, screaming, and I'm just like, man, the thing's going sideways as I'm turning a corner. And just like, it was weird. I would not have done that if you asked me to, or I wouldn't have done it if I planned it. It was one of those where it's just been driving it so long, and then it's just like you feel like, okay, this isn't, no matter how squirrely, like this is what's been happening for hours. It's in my brain how this thing feels, and how the ass end of like every other Mustang's gonna be all over the place to some extent. And it's like all right, I think I got it. I knew exactly the kind of tires that were on there, and that was part of the whole what made it special and everything. It's just like, okay, and then man, and I remember it feeling like I felt like it was literally exactly every single inch went exactly where I thought I was gonna go. It was really weird. As the thing's happening, everything becomes like a target and a point of reference, and like there's a graph on the screen all of a sudden, and it's just like, man, I could have gone through like cones on a drift. It was weird. I wouldn't have taken it otherwise. You know what I mean? It wouldn't. It's hard. Like I didn't do it like it was even a trick. It was just like, already kind of swinging around corners, right? And then it's like, all right, here you go. Let's just get a good one. And then I'm like, and plus I'm sure I saw ahead that I probably had some kind of out where if I blew it out, and then I just like, okay, I'm gonna just get on the almost level grass. I'm sure there must have been some kind of reason for me to have taken it like as hard as I did, and felt that it was perfectly okay, like not having like, now, like, ooh, I'm doing this, I'm gonna try this thing. Like, no, it's like that's a thing. It wasn't, no, I'm gonna try this thing. It was just like no elevation and blood pressure type of like, you're already having such a good like drive that where it's just now it's just fun. It's almost like an automatic, like you're on rails, and it was just like, man, it was, ooh, I wish somebody was videotaping that, because I would have probably, it's safe to say that'd be the only footage of that kind of Mustang in that color, of that kind of Mustang doing that. It's safe to say, there's 5,000 of those made. One hasn't taken like Tokyo drift in a corner like an idiot. But it's, and it's not just, it's not just taking it. It's the acceleration and steering out of it to where you don't flop back and everything, and just like the whole. It's like it's like the landing. Like that's like sticking the landing is just like. Knuckleheads out there that would do all kinds of maneuvers. It's like they do their thing, like, hey, and it's just so herky-jerky at the end and stuff. Like mine is just like, and then as you turn the wheels, just accelerate at a certain pace. You're controlling the curve and the angle, and then you're already turning into the turn that's about to happen. You let off the gas, and it's just like a smooth. Witnesses.
Smooth.
Plenty of witnesses. No video. What a shame. There's stuff that, man, it's like that's something you catch on Instagram and someone was videotaping that. Oh, in my day, we had our eyeballs.
That's right.
Then we had our brains to see things
And
again.
our memories. That's it.
Kids these days with their videos.
One of these videos all over the place. Okay, so our Myers is coming up here in a little bit.
He
Our
really
dump
ought to.
can drop off.
Hilarious.
Then we could clear out our trunk.
Yeah. But Illinois plates. Noise. I said it. And we got our Fib plates. Too bad it's not a regular rental or it's a non-Illinois plate.
True. We rarely, if ever, get a Michigan plated rental.
No.
It's like plenty of other states, but for some reason not Michigan.
They say we don't park way in the back. I say we park.
You just tell me wherever
Yeah.
we want to park. We can.
You ever say not? Let's not park way in the back. Let's just not. Let's just like park amongst all the other vehicles.
And also, don't have your phone all like waiting around while we're sitting there parking. Like, be ready to like jump out.
Oh yeah.
It's like this whole can thing has become more and more of a chore, but I don't know. That's kind of why I'm just like,
Kind of fun now too for me sometimes. Sometimes they make like it's a little nerve wracking. Like, ooh, I feel like I'm gonna be like seen or caught, but you really can't. You just say no. These are from. Just came from whatever. You know?
yeah, it'd be like we came from somebody's like our
Yeah.
relative's house,
Yeah.
or like they make
And we
plenty-
love these machines. We love doing this, so they give us the cans and they let us do it.
Yeah, plenty of people have lake houses and go
Yeah.
buy their beer or their drinks, and then it's legit. Just because you have an out-of-state plate. Okay, 1.6 miles to 20B. This time we have like what, 5 bags of freaking cans though.
I think it's 3 or 4. I think it's 4.
Okay.
Not that huge. I mean, we had some big bags before,
Yeah.
like regular sized trash bags, and a little degen like in a SUV.
I feel like technically
That's
there,
fun.
or not technically, there is a limit for the amount you
Oh,
can
wow.
return in a day.
Oh, weird.
Like, I don't think you could like return 100 cans. Like, what would that be? Like 1,000 cans or something? Or how many is that?
What are you asking? How much 1,000 cans would be?
Yeah. Or how much would be
$100.
$100? It would be 1,000 cans.
$100 would be 1,000 cans. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there is some dollar. Maybe it's like $200 or something at one time.
So people don't just haul over big hauls from their convenience store or from their restaurant or wherever in Illinois. I mean, it's to be so
I
many.
don't know how that works with like bars and stuff. I don't know how they deal with their can situation.
Can you imagine, like,
I just know from like, oh, this came up way too fast. Sorry. I just know from like parties, and you know, you just go around your house party and you collect all your cans and you bring them in, and then that's what pays for your house's toilet paper.
that's funny.
Turn right onto Phoenix Street. But like when you go to like big parties, people always have kegs, so it's like not like they're, you know, bringing their own beer there. Like we did that in college, you know, when you just show up, whatever beer was there, you drank it.
Nice.
Turn right onto Meyer Drive. They got their own drive. It's so dark out here.
Mhm.
It's like we're in the middle of nowhere.
Like Russia is like always had all these blackouts because, or maybe it's China. Sorry, yeah, China, because they had the whole. You know where they had the cool tower with the big ball in Shanghai, the tower with the ball in the middle that I was in.
Yeah. Pearl Tower.
Yeah, so that whole like area.
You take your phone off.